Hello the internet and welcome. This video is going to be really short. It's just going to be me complaining about things that I don't like. Yay. This is actually going to be the things that I have given up on in March. I just filmed the empties in March. This is things that I have given up on. I'm not even going to try and finish them because they suck or they just don't work for me. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay. Number one, I'm not exactly giving up on this. I am still using it, but not for its intended purpose. So this is the Ulta Beauty Makeup Setting Spray. I think, well, number one, I think that this sprayer is crap. The sprayer was horrible. Like it was like getting hit in the face with a garden hose. It did not disperse product very well at all. And then to top it off, the actual setting spray didn't set anything. Like it just got my face wet and then nothing. Like it had no effect whatsoever on my makeup. So it is not getting used for that. Not even a little bit. I have repurposed my old NYX setting spray bottle to hold the contents of this because the NYX setting spray, that nozzle worked. That sprayer was awesome. It did its job. So I have gone ahead and moved this to that bottle, and I'm using that to wet my makeup brushes for eyeshadow application. So that is this. This is job until it is gone, so that I don't have to waste my good setting spray, which is the hard candy mattifying setting spray. That stuff is the best. It is the best. And I speak from all my experience of like 3 or 4 setting sprays ever, but that stuff works. It's awesome. So moving on. This sucks. Okay. This is actually really sad because this is not a cheap product. It's the Clinique Even Better Foundation. It's the SPF 15 one. I don't like this because of its shade. And pretty much no other reason. As a foundation, it's awesome, but the shade is way too orange for me. And the reason that I have the Clinique foundation in a shade that doesn't match is because I use their matching system, and that was a mistake because this is orange. Like it's Donald Trump orange. It just doesn't work. Like I bought one of those like foundation mixers to try and lighten it up. No, it's still bright orange and it just does not work for me. So there's no way for me to fix this. I've tried mixing it with other foundations, with the mixer, so on and so forth. It just doesn't work. So it's going away because I can't use this. Then here we go, a primer. So this is the NYX Studio Effect Photo Living Primer. This is supposedly the anti-redness one. It's tinted green. I mean, I can understand that maybe they were hoping that it would color correct for redness because it's tinted green, but it doesn't. And it's not even really good as a primer. It's just really slick. And I understand that's the point of like silicone-based primers, but not in a good way. You know what I mean? Like it's not pore filling or blurring or anything awesome. It's just slick and it makes a lot of my foundations not set. So I wind up with just way more transfer than I normally would have. So I'm not using this. I'm not. Like I tried really, really hard for like 3 days in a row. That's the extent of my trying hard. And it's just, it's not working. It's going away. Then I have the LA Girl Pro Conceal. I know that this is everybody's like drugstore concealer holy grail. It's so awesome. It comes in like a million shades. It's cheap. I know, but hear me out. This stuff is really thin. Like I don't understand it. It doesn't cover stuff. It's really thin. And I mean, it works as like a lightening concealer for me. It definitely does that. And it was kind of worth it to try and use it as a lightening concealer. But at the same time, I don't want to have to use like foundation and then like a setting powder and then like 2 different concealers just to put my face on. I'd rather just go with something that accomplishes both, and this is just too thin. So this was in Classic Ivory, so it was actually really, really light on me. And it did have kind of a pink tone to it. So while it wasn't bad, it just means like an extra step for me. It does work really well as an eyeshadow primer, so there's that. But I have other eyeshadow primers, so it's not worth it to just keep holding on to this until it goes bad. It's going away. Okay, and then there are 3 more things that I'm going to show that don't suck. They don't suck. They're awesome. So maybe I should have put these in the empties video. Hindsight, 2020. It is 2 mascaras and a lip product. These things don't suck. They've reached their expiration. So the first thing is the NARS Cruella lip pencil. And that makes me so sad. But I've had this for like 2 years. And like the last time I sharpened it, actually, when I did my red lipstick swatches, like I sharpened it, I used it, and like after I used it, the consistency was off. And then I came back to it the day or 2 later and I smelled it and I was like, oh, no, this is probably bad. Probably should not have swatched that on my face. So this is done. You can't keep a lip product, even a pencil, for like 2 years and expect it to still be fine. So I'm sad. I kind of would like to repurchase it, but at the same time, there are other lip pencils that are cheaper that come in a range of shades that I might want to try and find like a less expensive dupe, which is going to be hard because I won't have this anymore to like compare. But it is what it is. This is done. Goodbye, dear friend. Okay, then last thing is 2 mascaras. So I have the Nicka K Triple Play Lash Perfecting Mascara. This one is decent. I like it. I will show the one just for reference. It's one of the little rubber bristles. It works. It does a very good job at separating. Not as great at like volumizing or lengthening, but it does a very good job of separating because it's very hard bristled. So I could go in with like a more volumizing mascara and then use this to separate my lashes and get rid of any clumps. And it worked really well. I used it for a lot of looks. It is just all over my product lists for the longest time. But I've had this for 4 or 5 months. It's starting to get dry and it's past that like 3 to 6 month period. We're right in that sweet spot of you should be changing out your mascara. So going away. And then the last mascara is the Essence Get Big Lashes Mascara. This is the volume and curl one. There's another one that I have in my drawer that I'm going to use here in a bit when I get done with the bazillion mascaras I have open right now. It's not really a bazillion, it's like 3, but that's enough. I don't need more than 3 open at a time. Anyhow, moving on. So this was outstanding for volume. Like when it says volume and curl, it is not messing around. It did clump a little bit though. So the problem was when I first opened it, it was so wet that every time I would go and use it, it would just be a giant mess. So I ended up leaving it open. Just every time I would go to do my makeup and I was like, I know I want to use this, I would just leave it open sitting on my makeup desk until it was time to use it. And that actually was very helpful. It worked really well for like 3 months and then it got too dry because of course it is eventually going to get too dry. I only did the leaving it open thing for the first couple of weeks and then it was fine. And then it worked really, really well for a couple months and then it got too dry and then it just ended up clumpy and it's a mess and it's done. It's done. It's going away because it's not working the way I want it to and it was very inexpensive, but I wholeheartedly recommend this. I definitely got way more than my money's worth and that, 3-month period before you should change out your mascara, yeah, it worked. It was awesome. It was great. You should check this out if you need more volume in your lashes. Just, have those little brushy separator things because it will clump a bit. So, what are you going to do? All right, so that does it for things that I've given up on and or have gone bad for the month of March. And I hope this was interesting or educational or something. I don't know. But I will see you all in the next video. I hope you have a wonderful day or night and subscribe if you want to or not. Not the boss of you. All of that. Outro. Peace.